All right, y'all. Wherever y'all hear me say, so check this out, or something in that nature, y'all know something had went down. So we about to go ahead and hit it like this. So check this out. Earlier today, this morning, around 8 something going, 9 o'clock, something like that, your boy was over at Santa Monica doing the podcast and everything. New schedule. We're doing on Fridays now. Video podcasts on Fridays. So I go ahead and do the video podcast, right? Get done with it, mind you. Get done with the video podcast. And then I venture off to doing the regular podcast for today. Because I have all the posts and stuff up. So once that is done, I'm like, okay, cool. Everything is straight. Video podcast done. Regular podcast done. In the word of Ha Davis, podcast is done. This been a breeze. Or whatever. Come to find out, while I'm trying to edit the new podcast, so I put the titles and, hashtags so you guys can find it and all that other good stuff. The app, for some odd reason, didn't want to work. Say a network connection jacked up and stuff like that. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe it's T-Mobile. Maybe it's T-Mobile, the service out of Santa Monica mess it up or whatever. But then I really started thinking to myself, it can't be them because, low key, there's been plenty of times where I left from Santa Monica, walking up the little street, whatever, trying to edit the podcast, and it goes through. So then I take another look. I'll wait a couple minutes, put my phone on airplane mode, take it off of airplane mode. Like I hear the airplane flying past us and everything, flying past us. Sure, I'll be speaking fast, my Irish come out. But yeah, it's like that. So I'm laughing. And I'm like, okay, it's still not working. What's happening? So after all of that, I take another look at the app. This is the Spreaker recorder app we're talking about, the one I be using to do these podcasts. So I take a look, and I'm like trying to upload. Well, let me try to upload, the main picture for the background, which I need to change up, whatever. Other than extra, but yeah, try to change that picture up. They want to go through. So I'm like, okay, something must be up. Let me take the app off the phone. Big mistake, should have had done that. Because when I had done that and replied, the thing still wasn't working. Well, I came home, put my phone on Wi-Fi, went to the recorder app, was able to sign in. And then I'm looking for the podcast we did this morning at the beach. Come to find out, the one we did this morning on the beach is not even on the app. It's not even saved in the little archives where, you come back to re-edit. I was hot and I was pissed. And then some of you guys that got the iPhones, whether you still got an iPhone 5 or you got the iPhone 10, if you're on iOS 11 with the new emojis, they got the cursing emoji that got little syllables, whatever, across the mouth, right? So they have that. And I posted that on my Snapchat, a couple of those faces, and said, damn, I got to do the podcast all over again. I did not feel like doing it all over again. You may be wondering to yourself, well, Q, you did the podcast on Friday anyways. Why you don't want to do the podcast over again on a Friday? The reason why I don't want to do it over again on a Friday is because today is actually my new day off. Ladies and gents, welcome to today's podcast where I now have Thursdays and Fridays off. It's no more Sundays and Mondays and no more Mondays and Tuesdays. It's now Thursdays and Fridays. So now, all of the video podcasts and the regular podcasts actually starts on Thursdays and Fridays. Well, everything starts on Friday, including the recap for this week. So I had the one from Periscope. That one's cool. But the main one I did this morning, I'm like, damn it, I have to redo it again. But you know what? You guys, if you ever heard some of my podcasts before where I said that something happened to it the first time I did the podcast, I have to redo it again, I think the second time is always better. It was actually better because we was at the beach and I had the ocean behind me to actually get that sound and ambiance. So that's the reason why. As you guys hear, it's sirens on the other side of the street and everything. It's 4:15 or 16:15 in Army time. So normally around this time, if you ever been to California before or you live around the area, especially over here in South Central on the western side, like Western Jefferson, stuff like that, you notice that around this time, folks get home from work, so it's a whole lot of traffic always on the right-hand side of the street. Whole lot of traffic, and the ambulance and stuff, they go past by about a couple hours, and then they, slow down, and whatever. So, yeah. That's the reason why y'all heard that in the background. Y'all heard the ice cream truck, y'all the neighbors all barking and all that good stuff. Basically, welcome to the sounds of South Central Los Angeles, ladies and gents. Where I wanted you to hear the sounds of the beach from Santa Monica. But if you want to hear that, take a look at the video podcast, marked in red on the website at hiprockerproductioncn.com. It's in the location, business-minded leaders, videos, if I'm not mistaken, whatever I named that thing on my website at hiprockerproductioncn.com. Check it out. It's actually the first video we log on the left-hand side at the top. That's how you know everything is recent, because I put everything in chronological order. So with that, we go dive right back into what we were talking about earlier today. So, ladies and gents, welcome. If I could find the stuff that I had earlier for it, to week 75, sessions 361 through 365, for today, November 10th, 2017, for the days of November 6th through the 10th. It is funny. So I went over these posts, and especially for the one from Monday, I said I was just at Santa Monica just past Monday doing the video podcast. Well, I did my last day at church for the Sunday morning services as well. Last day, to have Monday off, where I normally do the podcasting and stuff. So, y'all know I do this every Friday for the regular podcast. But when it comes to doing the video podcast, added the recast with it on Friday. So Friday's gonna be a big extravaganza, because Thursday's gonna be the day I'm actually just take, resting and do some other stuff. With that, let's get on with these posts, shall we? Let's get it cracking. So, if I can bring everything up, Instagram, you already know what it is. Ladies and gents, let's start. November 6th, 2017. Blessed Mondays. It's falling Monday. It's over at Santa Monica or at the beach. I said, life can be tricky, crazy, filled with unknown answers to various questions. Despite it all, life is a blessing which should not be taken for granted. Matter of fact, I'm going to do something new, so listen carefully to what I just said. This is for Blessed Mondays, November 6th, 2017. I said, life can be tricky, crazy, filled with unknown answers to various questions. Despite it all, life is a blessing which should not be taken for granted. 4. On the Grind Tuesdays, November 7th, 2017. Treat others with kindness and respect, even at your place of work, for you never know what a person may be going through in their adventure of life. For Motivational Wednesdays, November 8th, 2017. Life is hilarious when you worry about tomorrow. For when you look back at old pictures or old family videos, you will notice that certain memories come back. And that time is everlasting or moving quickly. For Daily Tips Thursdays for yesterday, November 9th, 2017. Always seek to be greater than what you were yesterday. And for today, Ball Status Fridays, November 10th, 2017. Your struggles are temporary, so stop stressing about them. Now, the reason why I just went through a whole order saying that as opposed to breaking it down one by one like I normally do is because about the third take I did today of trying to explain these. I was over at the beach. I think I explained the best way that I can. I must have still been very tired because we was really on some topics heavier than others. Nevertheless, though, the reason why I have mentioned it, because the main theme for Monday had truly came together to fit the pieces for today's post. So, for Monday, I said life can be tricky for one. No answers to various questions in life. Despite it all, life is a blessing which should not be taken for granted. Here's the thing. I mentioned this before, and this ties into everything that we're going to talk about today. It's not going to be a long podcast. It's actually going to be a pretty short one and whatnot. Only reason being is because if you want to get the full gist, everything is on the video podcasts. But nevertheless, let's get down to business, shall we? Life could be really tricky. Life could be tricky in so many aspects of different things because we keep, and this ties in with today's post and everything else. Life can be tricky and things of that nature. Were you worrying about other stuff? Were you worrying about other people? Were you just worrying about yourself? Life could be very tricky and very crazy where you at work. Let's say you work at the job I'm working at. Let's say you're a cabin cleaner for a certain company. Y'all might be wondering, what is a cabin cleaner? Cabin cleaner is maybe either folks who clean out the trains or clean out aircrafts. You know, you work in the day shift. You try to handle your business. You try to make sure you get the trash out the seats so that the next clientele of individuals that's got to fly out comes aboard. You got the flight attendants. You got the food people. They all coming in and everything into your space, which is very small on the aircraft because you try to get the trash and they try to pull their luggage through the thing. You got some of them saying, excuse me, but you got your dispatcher in your ear on the radio saying, you guys need to pick it up. You only got 2 minutes left. So you try to rush. You got people coming through. Camera people ain't saying excuse me when they come through. Flight attendants coming through. You know, they try to tell you good morning and stuff like that with a smile on their face. But, you know, you kind of have to watch yourself because you kind of like snap back. Or you don't snap back, you just ignore them, and then, you know, it's like, can y'all move out my way because I'm trying to help get that seat clean and everything so I can do what I need to do. Life could be crazy in things where you go look through some old family memories because you're going through some situations and things of that nature. You go ahead and clean out your computer pictures and videos, but you stumble on some old things to which you looking at the videos and pictures and you see some family members that used to be living here on this earth that's not here anymore, even including pets. And it brings you back those old memories of how you felt around that time and everything like that, you know, and how time was so much different. But then you start realizing that time truly dictates how you really see things because time truly does move on and move quicker than you ever imagined. Because you're looking at the time frame in which that time was taken from which you was doing those activities to now you're saying, yo, what the heck is really going on? So now after looking at the time that everything is popping off, you're just now saying to yourself, wow, where did time truly go? It's crazy. And at the same time, when you're worrying about other things in life and you worry about the struggles and not knowing that it's temporary, not knowing that yesterday what you done does not count for today because today counts for tomorrow, but at the same time you should always seek to be greater than when you were today or yesterday and seek more to be greater, better the next day. So y'all might probably just got confused if you haven't fully understand how deep we can go take this to the rabbit hole. Basically, what I'm trying to get you guys to fully understand is that with life, you need to not worry about anything or situations. You need to understand that your struggles is always going to be there and whatnot, but you can easily change the situation up. You need to know that it's always be good to be kind to others. I'm speaking for myself with this too, because while I mentioned about the flight attendants and things, stuff like that, trust me, when they say good morning to me, depending on how much time we have, I may try to say good morning back. It may not sound kind of right, whatever, how I say it. And the only reason why, because while I'm in my worker mode, of really getting things done, the world is shut down around me, and I'm trying to complete a task at hand. And at the same time, too, from that, some of you guys are worrying about things that you do not need to be worrying about. And life is just very crazy. It's very tricky. It does hit you with unknown answers to questions that you cannot understand. And at the same time, you have to be grateful for the life that you have, stuff like that. That's the thing right there. We're not grateful for what we have because we tend to just do other things. And that is an American, my bad, for a second, it's American Airlines aircraft. Yep. I think so. Is that the tail end? Is that the American tail end? Yes, it is. That right there would be an Airbus 700. No, my bad. That's the Airbus 321S or 321T. That's a big bird. That is 800. Yeah. One thing about where I live out here in South Central is that you see the aircraft fly over. And since I've been working over at LAX about 5 years, and I kind of know American Airlines aircrafts. Basically, just tell y'all where I kind of work at, whatever. So, yeah, I know the aircrafts, and I know the tails, and I know how big it is, and that mug just turned. So, where are y'all going if y'all coming out from LAX and turning like that? Y'all must be heading towards a little bit down. Not, they ain't head towards Arizona. Unless they doing the 360 coming on back. That's what it looks like. And no, yeah, no, yeah. Interesting. Unless they're flying down short range. Well, ladies and gents, my apologies. I just got confused with the little aircraft and everything that's flying. No, my apologies, y'all. Your boy got distracted on this podcast. I was looking at the Airbus 800 from American Airlines. They flew over and then kind of did like a little turn like it was flying back to LAX. So, if it does, then that probably means somebody got sick on the aircraft or they might need to refuel or something like that. Or, well, I'm trying to think, like, why would it turn? Because unless it's going out to Long Beach or somewhere a little bit more down. Because normally we see some aircrafts like the one I see right now, and that is United or Qantas. No, it's Delta. They flying straight. But whenever you see an aircraft go straight and then kind of make a turn right back, like the legs go back to the airport, I'll let you know that something probably popped off or whatever. Or, I don't know. Other than that, yeah, it was just kind of weird seeing did a little turn. I'm like, is it flying back to LAX? Because whoever one of my co-workers that cleaned the aircraft, I felt bad for them. They got to re-clean it again. But other than that, though, far from all of that, what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is life throws challenges and it throws different things and it has different experiences and it has just different categories of things that's going to make you say, what the and other stuff, you know. It's going to do that to you. Life's going to hit you in your face. It's going to punch you. It's going to make you question things that you cannot get the answers to. Life is going to do that. Life is going to hit you with the struggles. That's going to always be temporary. But the funny thing is, and I mentioned before, when you get the struggles in life, that right there, it's just a test of strength and will. That's God testing you to see where you're at in your life, where you're at in your walk, where you're at with yourself growing in wisdom and things. That's what that is. But we don't see it from that point of view. We see it big things because we overthink too much. And we overthink too much because we be like, man, I don't know, I'm going through this and this and this. I don't know how to handle it. So I'm going to just go curl in the ball and just cry. And, I mean, I understand. Some folks is stronger than others. It's the truth. I swear the amount of aircrafts that be flying over would be amazing. Well, that's because everything from California is further down the right-hand side. That's another Delta aircraft. I recognize seaplanes too. You can tell Delta is like more navy blue and maroon or burgundy when it comes to the tail fin colors. But other than that, life will test you. God will test you as well. And he tries to see where you at. Because he knows our struggles. He knows our situations. He knows that we can handle big things and we can handle little things. He knows that certain things we can't handle, some things we can't handle. I mentioned before, a whole lot of folks want to be a millionaire. They want to be a billionaire. They want to have $1 million, $1 billion. They want to have all this money. But most folks can't handle that. Because what most folks tend to do is just spending on a whole bunch of bull crap and then be broke right back again. Or folks want a big house, want a big mansion, want to be living out in the wilderness or somewhere, things of that nature. That's cool. But when the forest fires start coming through and you have sold the house that you had in the city or whatever, or you might buy something and not know about the dark secrets behind what might be hidden in the house or certain things, you got to take a look at other things from a bigger point of view, bigger perspective. Because once you do that, God starts to show you a whole lot of things. The reason why I mentioned the videos earlier about, old memories and things of that nature. The reason why I mentioned that. Because I mentioned this earlier on the podcast, I mentioned it again. I got myself, finally, one new portable hard drives. If you ever heard of a company called Western Digital, I advise you, check them out. They got great products for portable hard drives and external hard drives. I had to get a portable hard drive because they had no 4 terabyte external hard drives I would love for my MacBook Pro, which I have about 7 years now, or whatever. So, got myself on the 4 terabytes portable hard drives. And truth be told, I'm backing up everything. I'm backing up the other profile I have on my main hard drive on my laptop, because I have 2 profiles I use and everything. So I let the family use the laptop. So I have the one, the family get to do what they need to do on the laptop, that I have myself with my music, whatever. So I'm backing up everything from both of them. Music I do right now, and I got to back up the pictures or whatever again, because they kind of messed up when I tried to do it, where I got overly excited. But the reason why I said that with the pictures, whatever, is because I had some pictures and some videos I recorded a long time ago, whatever. And so while I was looking at them, I remembered the birthday event that we did for my godmother, did for my great-grandfather, my great-grandmother, my uncle, great-uncle. Folks I mentioned that had passed away. And I remember, recording my puppies. One of them had passed away December of last year and things of that nature, where, she was looking all healthy and everything, playing with her sisters and whatnot, the pup. Betty. I did a podcast about that last year. It's up in the December 2016 archives. I think like towards December 28-ish or something like that, like right after Christmas and stuff like that. So like a couple days right after Christmas and whatnot. So I remember, recording the puppy, and we was living in San Pedro this time last year and things of that nature before get ready to move and everything. And I remember those memories, and it brought back some great things. And then while I was really looking at the videos, I was looking at the time frame of which these videos were done. I'm like, damn, this was done last year. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, this was done last year. We were already in November from last year to today. I'm like, wow, this is November 2017. Wow, my birthday coming. Wow, this year's almost done. I'm like, where the fuck the year went? and just was like, yo, this is crazy. So I remember, brought back some great memories and things. Then I'm like, time is the killer of everything. Because if you don't pay attention to it, time could slip between your fingers without you knowing it. You just live in the day. You just live each day by day. That's how crazy time is. That's why for today's post I said, your struggles in life is temporary. Don't worry about them. Because when you worry about them, I kid you not, you don't realize that after you worry about them, that life in general will get better the next day. That's why I said, strive to be greater than when you were today, tomorrow. No, strive to be greater than what you were yesterday, today. And today it's going to be done. So tomorrow it's going to happen. And tomorrow, you still got to be greater than when you were before. And that's another American Airlines aircraft flying over, I think. Along with the little government Skyrider pollute the air chemtrails aircraft. My bad, that was American. That was one of the international airplanes. One of the giant Boeing 777s. I know about the international aircraft too. Don't get the game twisted. Yeah, I know about the chemtrails aircraft as well too. Y'all see them? They be way high up in the sky. And they be polluting the air with that bullcrap that they have. You ever come to California, you ever seen what's really, really clear, and then you look around the orange mist or whatever that's hanging around the city? Yeah. I think them fools that be tossing that bullshit in the air. That's why many folks is getting sick. Folks not even realizing it. That's just why a whole lot of folks is down, because that shit is actually affecting people. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. That right there was a serious note, which I was talking about, which is why I had to curse into it. But to get back on topic, life needs to be appreciated each and every day. Because if not, time's going to take it away. Then when that does happen, you're just going to look up. It's going to sound like these aircrafts. Each and every minute fly by over. Going to different destinations. Different people on each of these aircrafts. Most of these aircrafts hold around 200, 300 people. Bigger aircrafts around 400, 500. Depending on what kind of aircraft it is. And when you really look at it from that point of view, it makes you say to yourself, wow. Where are those individuals going? Are those individuals appreciating their life? What new adventures are they going through? What adventures are they trying to get through? So for today's podcast, I want you to understand that you need to really appreciate life and all the magnificence that God has given. Because when you truly start to appreciate life, you really start to see things from a different point of view. You really start to see things from a bigger picture of understanding. That's where you really find your peace. You don't find your peace in material things. Because material things are just going to be material things. It's going to still be here. You're not. I say this to my coworkers, and I say this sometimes to my managers. I say, y'all tripping about the aircraft sometimes when I get it done on time and whatnot, and woo, and this and this and this. I say to my coworkers, and I'll be very frank what I tell to my coworkers, I said, do the bitch usually fly in the air? I said, does the shit usually get clean? When it does get clean, it still take off in air? They'd be like, yeah. I said, so what the fuck are you worried about? Seriously, what the fuck are you worrying about? If the plane flies in the air, the plane flies in the air. That means if we got it done in time, okay, we got a delay or whatever, if it gets done, it gets done. Shit, if it flies in the air, we're good. That means those passengers that got on an aircraft, they go into their destination. Period. Here they are, a minute late, whatever. Let the main company worry about what they need to worry about. They should be worried about a couple seconds and lose a couple dollars. Because at the end of the day, certain airlines is controlled by Rockefellers and people like that. Trust me, they ain't controlled by higher people behind the scenes. Not the fucking president, vice president of the company. Nah, y'all don't control, they don't control nothing. And I said vice president and president of the companies of some of these airlines. They don't fully control it. You got somebody that's riding their coattails that actually controls the damn airlines that they're working for. They're just a puppet master to put the pieces together. And I tell my manager sometimes, I said, what y'all worrying about? I said, okay, just tell me higher ups. Because y'all working slaves anyway, so you make higher ups. I don't tell them at the working slave, but I just tell them, let your higher ups know, hey, the plane's still flying in the air. Folks still got to where they need to get to. What are we worrying about? See, when you start worrying about little dumb shit that happens in the workplace and different parts of your life and things of that nature, that train was loud as heck. Then you really start to understand from a bigger point of view, ladies and gents, what life is truly about. Trust me, I stopped worrying about a whole lot of bullshit a long time ago. And I just started taking a look at the things that God has really blessed me with. And then right there, I found my peace. And I'm right there, I continue on what I need to continue on with. I don't dwell on certain things. I don't really pay attention to the news. Or if you guys ever see me post on Snapchat or even on Instagram or Facebook, whatever, that I don't be on social media for a cool minute or I take out the apps, it's for a reason. I don't like looking at bullshit. I don't like looking at dumb shit. Where a natural disaster happens or, nation disaster happen, whatever, I'll be like, what? I feel for what happened. But I'm not going to dwell on it. Reason being, got enough problems of my own that I'm dealing with. Shit that I need to take care of. That I'm worried about. But not worrying about because at the end of the day, it's going to get better. That's how you guys going to have your mindset. Your mindset is going to be like that. Where you start thinking about things on a higher scale and not worry about what's really happening. But just focusing on what can be better. So, ladies and gents, we make a good time because if I finished the other podcast, it was around the 33-minute mark for which we have finished voiceover over at Santa Monica. So, same thing right now. I'm about to be done. So, I thank you guys for tuning in to today's podcast on this Friday. New schedule of video podcasts and regular podcasts will be happening on Friday mornings. Next week, I'll probably be over at Hermosa Beach, so I'm going to make that happen. To which we're going to be out there. We're going to kick it right behind the stands on a little dock or whatever and just really vibe out. And I'm going to try to get to real early where you're really out there on the ocean and it's peaceful. And you still got the clouds and things coming in. And it's looking more beautiful. So I'm going to try to get there around that time. See how the weather is next week. And it goes more chemtrail, aircraft flying over. You got more aircraft from LAX flying over. Everybody is flying somewhere that's flying somewhere. But at the same time, though, ladies and gents, just want to let you guys know this. In life, don't worry about anything. Don't struggle about anything. Just be grateful what you got, what you focus on, what God has blessed you with. And that's it. That's all you need to be grateful for. If you still got family here that's living, be grateful for that. You still got pets that's older and they still living, be grateful for that. If you still got clothes on your back, shoes on your feet, food to eat, a roof over your head, and things of that nature, be grateful for that. Stop stressing over the little things or the little bullshit that you can't change. Worry about today, then change today and focus on tomorrow. And from tomorrow, focus on the future down the line. And that's it. So with that, You guys can find a video podcast and stuff happening in a few minutes. I'm going to have it up at hitrockerproductioncm.com. Stay tuned, because I'm going to have it up there. Once I have it up there, you guys look in the category that are being read. The stuff that being read, that is the update for the videos and stuff like that. Today's video podcast will be up as well too. Everything is going to be up before 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, California time. And whatever other time y'all place around the world, stuff like that, it's going to be up. So, where you can find it at? You can find Today and Nation Weekly's posts over on the motivational post section on the website at hitrockerproductioncm.com. And then for today's video, you can find that on the business minded leaders section of the website at hitrockerproductioncm.com. So with that, ladies and gents, thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. And you know what? It's kind of cool that we're doing everything on Fridays now, because now I don't have to worry about trying to do the podcast on a Monday and things of that nature, or I try doing it on a Tuesday. I mean, I kind of do that, so everything can fall in line with each other. But other than that, though, ladies and gents, you want to make sure. Can you open the door? You want to make sure, though, ladies and gents, that that you guys just get everything all together. So at the end of the day, that's what I want to tell you guys. Go to the website at hitrockerproductioncm.com. Go to the motivational post in the Business Mind Leader section to check out everything that's been updated today. And from there, once you check out everything that has been updated, do know that your boy would not be on social media this week. Just letting you guys know that right now. But nevertheless, from that, I thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast and everything. Hope you guys learned something today as well. I don't do these podcasts just to be doing them. I do these podcasts because I know for a full fact that there's somebody out there that's actually listening. Even while I post a post up on different group pages and stuff, folks not really responding to it. But at the same time, I said, you know what? I can't worry about that, because at the end of the day, folks is responding to it, because folks is actually, you guys are discussing that with your friends, family members, or other folks that's up in different type of businesses and stuff like that, So I truly appreciate you guys for listening to this brother from the south of the central of Los Angeles. African-American fused with a little bit of some Irish, lads and laddies, with a little bit of Indian and things of that nature. And I know you guys sometimes hear the accents that do come out. But regardless of the fact of all of that, it got better this time. Praise God, praise God. But other than that, though, thank you guys for just tuning in, period. And at the same time, once again, go to Hip Rocker Production. My apologies. It's why I love doing the podcast. It's where it's so real and authentic, where you don't have to be fake on the microphone and act like, that you know everything, where you just laugh at the mistakes and stuff that happens. Basically, just keep it real. That's how, that's how you really keep things authentic. We really keep it real, and folks is like, okay, we can relate and understand to what that person is talking about, what that person is saying. So, ladies and gents, once again, go to the website, check it out, enjoy it. Enjoy the music. The reason why I have not been pushing no new music out is because I need to get that hard drive to back everything up. I'm going to get another hard drive to really back up the stuff once again, too. So, new music and things is going to happen next year. The little mixtape that I'm trying to push out, I'm going to try to push that out on my birthday, or probably before my birthday or whatnot. I'm going to try to throw something else out before the end of this year. But that's going to be different. So, yeah. The radio show will come back in 2018. I'm still working on some things. Matter of fact, I'm probably, because I mentioned earlier in the video podcast and the earlier podcast I did too, that I said I was probably looking towards getting either the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 or the iPhone 10. I might actually put both of them on hold and just go ahead and get the DJ program that I need to get, period, so I can go back and do these radio shows, man. Yes, your boy, if you guys haven't noticed or if you just now new to my podcast, is I do online radio DJing. You know, I had to take some time off on one of the programs that I had I used to do the music on, had got fully updated, and then the older version that they had just stopped completely working, period. So it kind of threw me off about the past couple years, whatever. And, you know, like I said, life happens. So when life happens and things of that nature, you know, funds not looking too great because you try to knock out other stuff. So, yeah. All of that accumulates with it, too. So I actually... I'm glad that I mentioned that because I do have an opportunity this month to actually get the programs I need to get. Matter of fact, I probably could do it on the last paycheck since I get paid 3 times this month. But yes, I work a regular job just like each and every one of you. Ain't nothing new. I ain't not even ashamed about it because, like I said, everything is temporary. What I'm doing right now is go set up a foundation of other entrepreneurs and business-minded people later on in the future. Whether be old or young, doesn't matter. Wherever the case may be, it's going to set up a whole lot of great things. So with that, though, ladies and gents, thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. The video recap has been done this morning over at Santa Monica. Y'all get check that out. It was beautiful today, nice and cloudy, and just all around, just dope. It was cool. So you guys could enjoy that today. Enjoy that video. Regular podcast will be up before 8 o'clock p.m. So stay tuned for that. That should be done in the next 30 minutes or so. And with that, though, ladies and gents, I thank you guys. I always continue to thank you guys, wherever state or country you may be from. Thank you guys for tuning into the podcast. Each and every one of you is very truly appreciated. I hope you guys did learn something from today's podcast. Excuse the language at the end of the podcast. Around the 31, 32 minute mark. Sorry about that for the drinking noises too. Like, yeah, y'all heard me talking for a whole long time. Must have drinking no water for those past couple minutes. But yeah, other than that, you guys already know, wherever I say some words I ain't supposed to be saying, and you guys just know that I keep it real and authentic, and I'm actually being serious. Because most folks that be doing this profession, what I'm doing, they don't keep everything real. They just be like, eh. But you do have those that do keep it real, and they do have mouths like sailors or whatever. And it's not because, we just say it to be like, blah, blah, blah. Nah, we just actually say it so you guys can truly understand. Because sometimes you guys don't really hear a message, so you got to hear some words that make you hear the message, if you know what I mean. So with that, thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy your weekends. To the veterans, shout out to you guys, because I know that tomorrow is Veterans Day. Some kids, may be off today, things of the nature. But shout out to all the vets that has truly fought for the country or for your service. Truly appreciate you guys. And at the same time, too, ladies and gents, catch you guys back next Friday. We're going to be at Hermosa Beach. I'm going to make sure of that. Wasn't trying to do it, but I was like, nah, we're going to need to get over there. So I'm going to catch you guys over at Hermosa Beach. And then do the video podcast over there and the regular podcast. And hopefully we'll do week 76 over there, that it doesn't mess up. So with that, though, ladies and gents, I truly do thank you guys once again for tuning into today's podcast. It really has been fun. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. At the same time, just don't worry about anything in life, man. Just truly stay focused on what you have right now in front of you. And then after that, go ahead and handle your business and do what we need to do the right way. So, this has been week 75, so 361 through 365 for the week of November 6th to November 10th, 2017 for the Business Minded Leaders podcast, aka the Wolf's Den, with your host, Chinchilla Q, also known as Q Moore of Hip Rocker Productions LLC, Hip Rocker Productions, the Wolf's Den, Midnight's Classic Soul, aka The Lounge, Business Minded Leaders, Black Roses Willis, and Black Lotus Rabbits. Mouthful, right? Exactly. So with that, ladies and gents, let me go ahead and start uploading this podcast. Let me go ahead and put them on the website. And with that, I catch you guys next week. One love. Enjoy your weekend. Shout out to all the vets. Shout out to everybody around the world, around the country that's tuned into the podcast. One love. Your boy Chinchilla Q is out. Deuces.